Blonde Informants.
Hi.
It's Karen.
And Mariah. I'm scared.
And today we're doing an episode about
Red light.
red light therapy as well as infrared light therapy or infrared saunas. So as you can see, I'm wearing an infrared light mask. Actually, it's a red light mask. Excuse me. Gotta get it right.
Embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, yes. But I use this for collagen production on the face. It helps with skin issues and things like that. This is a brand called Higher Dose. I've been pretty happy with it. Works pretty good.
Yeah.
But with that, I'll take it off so we can do our episode here.
So
we want to talk to you a little bit about red light and infrared. It's a product that I use. I use both, actually. I have a infrared sauna blanket. I will be purchasing a infrared sauna in the future, but they're expensive. So instead, I bought this really cool infrared
It is cool.
blanket.
It's insane. We'll have to put some clips up of you and
we have some. Yeah, we call it the burrito
potato cooker.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get in and you just sweat the dickens out. But let's talk a little bit about some of the health benefits and the difference, too, because I think a lot of people don't know the difference between red light therapy and infrared.
I did not. Yeah. It's kind of confusing.
It is. And
let's make it simple.
We'll try to make it as simple as we can. So both are good for you. Both have different things.
And they're well studied.
And
so this is, I mean, you can find all kinds of NIH articles and PubMeds. And I mean, we've looked into it. We can probably put some in the description box too if you want to check them out.
Yeah, for sure. So do you want to talk a little bit about some of the benefits of infrared?
Yeah. Okay. So, from what I understand, we're kind of looking at our notes here. It's good for pain relief. So that's like chronic pain or inflammation, detoxing. Cause I know for you, when you're in your burrito, like you detox in there.
Yes.
It gets very warm and sweaty. And actually I experienced it for the first time at a sweat studio.
Oh yeah.
And that was the sweatiest thing ever. So you just sweat, like you get sweaty. I don't even sweat and I got sweaty. So it detoxes.
Yep.
They say, which probably goes in hand in hand with weight loss. So it boosts your metabolism and breaks up fat cells.
You can burn like up to 400 calories in an hour.
Yeah. And actually with weight loss and breaking up the fat cells, I also read that humans today, because cellulite's like a hard fat, like we have a lot more hard fat that's a lot more difficult to break up. So part of me wonders now, like if maybe the red light helps break up that hard fat. So that's kind of interesting.
The infrared, you mean?
Infrared, sorry. Sorry. baby and dad. Okay, we'll cut that out. Okay, so skin rejuvenation, relaxation, improved sleep, diabetes and heart function, and it helps with your blood circulation, DNA repair. So it does a lot of different
at the
things.
Cellular level, which is really important.
Right.
Yeah. Did you know that you can get the infrared though, like going out first thing in the morning when the sun is rising?
Yep, I've heard
that. The sun actually emits infrared, and
I'm sure like a lot of the benefits we get from infrared and red light, like we probably would get those if we were outside more, but since we're inside, like people today we're just not going outside like we should. We're just not getting it. So these are options that you can get those benefits.
Exactly. Yep. And then red light. So red light, it uses small amounts sometimes of infrared and the red light technology so that you might be getting both, but it's known to do a couple of things. It helps to rebuild collagen, reduce wrinkles, cellular repair, better blood flow, lymphatic drainage, decreased inflammation, fading of scars and stretch marks, decreased hair loss. So I'm kind of interested in it. It's a cap. It's a red light cap. It's like a ball cap. You just put it on and
that'd be good for men who
stimulates hair growth.
Or even women, but yeah.
So, I mean, the things that it can do, like it's more surface, and that's why infrared penetrates deeper, and so it does something different.
Yeah, so that makes the most sense. So from what we kind of have researched and the understanding is that infrared is deeply penetrating. So the wavelength of the light can go into your skin, your muscle. It can affect your cells. Like it really deeply penetrates, which is probably why it's more expensive. That technology is probably a lot harder to manufacture.
Right.
And then red light, the way I kind of read it too, it's like it spreads more, but it doesn't penetrate. So it spreads, but it doesn't penetrate, which makes it really good for skin, like your larger skin surface areas.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. So,
yep.
Those are kind of the differences from what I've seen, because I've looked into getting like red light panels and like the red light mask and stuff. The red light's cheaper than infrared. Infrared can be a little bit pricier, but I think the infrared has probably the most benefits, like the more impactful ones, whereas red light's better for like skin. So I feel like if I got one of those masks and I did my like skincare at night, and I put that over top, I bet that would really like bake in the skincare, and like I bet that would be really good for my skin.
I think you're right. The other thing to keep in mind though with infrared, so like infrared, you can buy infrared sauna blankets on Amazon. The one thing you have to be careful of is a lot of those blankets emit EMFs.
Right.
So when I was researching which blanket to buy,
which is like counterproductive, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I really did a lot of research, and the brand that had the best reviews and the lowest, if no, like EMF radiation coming from it was the Heat Healer brand. And so
we'll link it.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the show notes. But
it's on sale.
Oh, it's on sale right now.
Wow.
But the thing is that it's certified non-toxic with EMF blocking technology built into it. So you're not getting harmed while you're doing it. Because that's one of the things. Yeah, you can get those things pretty cheap on Amazon. But when you get something cheap, you're probably getting one that emits a lot of EMFs.
Yeah.
So,
or uses like flame retardants and stuff. And then that's baking in.
Yeah. I mean, then you're just literally sucking toxins in while you're sweating toxins out.
Right.
So it's really bad. They've been really good. I actually bought 2 products from them. So I have their infrared sauna blanket, and then I also bought the body belt.
Yeah.
So
that one's cool.
I really like that one. So the body belt is really unique because the body belt has the red lights. It's not infrared. It's got the red lights on it.
Yeah.
And then it also has so it has the it does have the infrared in it.
Yeah,
So
it does. Yeah.
So it has the far infrared, and then it also has the red light therapy, but then it also has PEMFs to stimulate the cell,
which are like the vibrations, right?
Yeah. So
which we're also seeing now is actually like it's helping cure cancer, and there's a lot more studies coming out about that.
Yeah, if you read I think it was an article from Daily Wire that talked about that. So anyways, that one has been really good. And like if you're someone like me, like after a hard workout or something and you just want to kind of like get those glutes warmed up, I use that belt and wrap it around my butt.
Yeah.
I also, when I have, like monthly menstruation, I will use it for cramps, and it is so much better.
I used it on my back because I had a herniated disc, and that was like really good. It was so nice.
It was. And it's doing 3 things. It's got the infrared, the red light, and then also has the
crystals and negative ions, I think is what it is. Like it's really cool. Like maybe we'll put a picture up. It's got like these little like bars of crystals throughout it, which I don't know. I don't know the science of that necessarily, but I just know it worked. It worked really well for my back, and you like it a lot. You use it every day.
Your dad uses it for his too.
Yeah.
But the thing is like with the traditional heating pad, it's emitting all of that. Yeah. And so like it's, and I never knew that. I used one for
I still use it right now, and I don't really think I should be, but
yeah, exactly. So those are some really good products. There are a ton out there, but the thing is you really have to do research on them, because even like if you were to get one of those expensive saunas, some of those emit the EMFs. So it's like, you just got to do research. All right. So back to the infrared and red light. One more thing I'm going to...
Sorry, I had to go get our cake out of the oven. We're making a cake right now.
It happens.
We'll show the footage later.
Is it good though?
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice. So the other thing too that you can add, which isn't infrared or red light, but is a light box. And so I have one sitting here on the desk, but basically it mimics the outdoor light. And a lot of people will get prescribed this actually because it can help lift your mood because it mimics the outdoor light. So we talk a lot about these different lights and things, and there's blue light and there's all these other, and you hear a lot about blue light. People are wanting to block blue light, and blue light at night has to be blocked. So like your TVs and your devices, if you're watching all those things before bed, it stimulates the brain like it's daytime.
Right.
But blue light comes from the sun during the day.
Yeah.
And it's good for the day. But
well, yeah. And I'm sure like if we were functioning like we used to function in society where we were outside, you get different light throughout the day. So like probably around noon, you probably get the strongest blue light, I would imagine. And it keeps you awake. It does things to your chemicals in your body to keep you awake and keep you active. But the light changes throughout the day. So if you're sitting in front of a screen all day, like pouring blue light into your eyes, I mean, the chemical reaction in your body is basically telling you like, oh, stay awake, stay awake. So that's a good point because I've never really thought about that part of it. But blue light's not bad. It just, it's
when and how much.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why a lot of times people will wear the light filtering goggles. Like if you're going to be in front of your computer for 8 hours, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be doing it in the evenings, you definitely want to filter that out. That's why like a lot of people recommend getting like the red lights for your light bulb fixtures.
Yep.
So at night.
I do.
Yeah, you do that. Just to kind of take everything down a notch.
It's helped our baby a lot. We used to have like the bright overhead lighting on for her, and now that the LEDs, and now we have a red light on at night for bedtime, and she goes out, and it just feels more calm. It kind of looks weird at first, like you're kind of like, ooh, it's like a scary like movie or something, but it's actually like it's very calming. You get used to it, and it's really nice.
Yep. And I think that makes sense. Like, and at night, if you just start turning down the lights, like if you're having a hard time getting your toddlers or your teens to bed, the first thing you probably need to do is like take all technology away starting around 7, 8 o'clock, depending on when their bedtime is. Yeah. You got to tone things down. Like the body has to go to sleep mode, and you can't do that when you're constantly being stimulated. I mean, we'll do an episode about technology in kids because that's something I'm pretty passionate about. And I know you are too. Yeah. And the effects that it has. I actually, on a side note, I watched a video yesterday. A group in I don't know, I think it was Great Britain, did a study with kids. They had them take their phones away for 21 days and they locked them in this glass box. And then they followed this group of kids around for 21 days and just watched what happened to them. It was kind of amazing.
They had like a demonic like screech at the beginning, probably.
At the beginning, they were really like feeling it. But then they were like, as the days went on, they were going outside and playing. They were taking their shoes off. They were feeling better.
Your side note, I saw this video of kids in like 2001 or something. Yeah. And it was just a very candid video of like kids in high school. Yeah. And it pans like down the hallway and you see kids like leaning up on each other's lockers, like giving high fives, talking. And like the vibe, like when I'm looking back to when I was in high school, totally different. Like when I walked around in high school, everyone had their phones and it's like you're in New York walking down the street, you know, like you're trying not to make eye contact with anybody. Like you might walk next to a friend, but you're both on your phone. Like it's not the same. And then in that 2001 video, like it just felt so wholesome and like children being children type of thing. Very interesting.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot of episodes
we should do that
because I think there needs to be a systematic change in our country with how we deal with technology. Yeah. And how we raise our children because there is something significantly wrong with increased depression and suicide. There's no coincidence.
The kids are not all right.
They're not all right. And it's and the correlation in data between when cell phones came out and the rise in the, divorce rates and the family breakdown and kids' depression going
Definitely
up and all the things like are correlated. So we'll go into that in the future. Yeah, we'll actually do a lot of research for you guys because I think it's important that it's not just talking heads or, what we think. It's actual research.
And I've lived it out. I was a child with a phone.
Well, yeah. I mean, you didn't get one till later. You were like in 8th grade. Yeah. But I mean, there was kids that had phones sooner than that. We tried. Yeah,
even in 8th grade.
You had like a pay phone. Like it was one of those like pay as you go. It didn't have the internet.
I had an iPod. and I could get the internet.
Yeah.
I was in a unique time. Yeah, it was in different time.
Like we didn't know.
It was the literal beginning of the internet.
Yeah, we were learning as we went, but we learned a lot.
Yeah.
So we're going to share that with you, but we're also going to share the research because parents, I hate to break it to you, you got to wake up. Like technology is harming your children, and we're going to talk about all the ways. That'll be in a future episode. Not to scare you, but to prepare you and to equip you because you have to take action.
Yeah.
You've got
Okay. Pause. Don't give it all away yet.
Okay, we'll stop. All right, back to infrared.
Yeah.
So if you are struggling with any type of inflammation in your body, I can tell you this, after a hard workout and my body is hurting, I climb into my infrared sauna blanket and I feel so much better. You can just feel it healing the insides of your body and the muscles and the tissues and the cells.
Yeah, you don't usually stay sore very long, I feel like.
No, it's very rare that I get sore anymore, but if I do, I just get in that sucker.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really good ways that you can get that, and they are affordable. I mean, yes, it does cost money, but I think the benefits are certainly there, and you can save up for that. Maybe that's a goal for 2025.
Well, if you think about it too, it's like if we're not going to be out in the sun as much as we should be, if we're not going to be outside,
without clothes. I mean, you got to be like, you have to have some clothes. Like pajamas. No, I mean, you got to wear shorts and a t-shirt, but your skin needs to be exposed to the light.
Well, yeah, and if we're not going...
Oh my God. Get out! What are you doing?
Oh my gosh. Editor Jake! Okay, we're professionals.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but no, so like I was... Oh my little guest back there.
Oh my god.
Okay, so if you're not going to be outside, okay, which most of us are not, I can accept I'm not going to be outside all day probably. I wish I would. I would like to more, but I'm just probably not. These are ways that you can get the benefits of the sun that you should be getting in the right way at the right time of day. Yeah. And it's going to heal your body just like the sun would, because the sun does that. That's literally what the sun does. It's healing, it's detoxing. Like I feel like a lot of times they demonize the sun now. Like everyone's like, oh, sunscreen and oh, don't let the sun touch your skin and skin cancer. I would argue that in the right ways, like obviously you shouldn't, I could never lay out there all day because look at me. I would burn. Look at me. And this is me tan, okay? I was tanning all week. I can't lay out there all day, but like I do need the sun and it does heal your body. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many benefits.
Yeah.
But I would just encourage you to check those things out.
Yeah.
Some recommended brands will be in the show notes.
Yeah.
And these are tested. I've tried them. I approve of them.
Yep.
Again, you got to watch out for those EMFs.
Yeah.
That is one thing. Like you can't heal your body and then poison it at the same time.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And there's so many products out there that just, it's like you...
Temu face mask.
Yeah. But you buy it because you're like health benefit, but then it's actually harming you. Like, you just got to be careful.
Sometimes you got to invest.
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't bought it yet, because I'm not ready to invest, but like I would like to do that for my back. I do think it would help.
Yeah.
Maybe I could do a review for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you could just borrow mine.
Yeah. I do sometimes.
Yeah. I love mine. Oh my gosh, at night when I crawl into my bed, I turn that
Ultimate
thing on.
TV in bed time. Yes.
It's just so comforting. I love it.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, check out the show notes. Check out the products. Let us know if you buy one, how you like it. And we're not affiliates with any of these companies. We just really like their products and promote them. So all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this episode.
The Blonde Informant.
All right. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.